In today's dating world, it's not uncommon to hear people talking about women having high standards. Some even think that these standards are too demanding or unrealistic. If you've heard this before, you might be wondering why women often appear to set such high expectations when it comes to relationships, and whether these expectations are justified. But here's the truth. These so-called high standards often come from deep psychological reasons that are rooted in evolutionary biology, social conditioning, and personal experiences. The fact is, women's standards aren't just arbitrary. They're shaped by factors that are sometimes misunderstood or overlooked. In this video, we're going to break down the psychology behind why women have high standards and why they're not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, these high standards can benefit both partners in a relationship, leading to healthier, more fulfilling connections. So, let's dive in and explore the surprising reasons behind women's high standards in relationships and how understanding these can help improve not only your dating life, but your interactions with women in general. Number 1. Evolutionary psychology. One of the most influential psychological factors behind women's high standards is evolution. Over centuries, women have been biologically wired to seek out the best possible mate for survival and reproduction. Historically, women have needed a partner who could provide resources, protection, and support. These traits were vital for ensuring that both the woman and her offspring had the best chance of surviving and thriving. Today, even though we no longer live in the same survival conditions, evolutionary psychology still plays a significant role. Women instinctively look for partners who display signs of stability, intelligence, and capability. A man who can emotionally support her, share responsibilities, and be a reliable partner ticks many of the boxes that evolution has ingrained into her psyche. This is why women often value qualities like ambition, emotional intelligence, and loyalty in a partner. They're not just looking for a good time. They're looking for someone who can offer long-term security and partnership. These high standards are a way of protecting themselves and ensuring their future happiness. Number 2, social conditioning. In addition to biological factors, social conditioning plays a massive role in shaping women's expectations. Society has long portrayed the idea of true love as something idealized and perfect. From fairy tales to movies and even social media, women are often exposed to narratives that promote an ideal version of love and relationships. This idealization has conditioned many women to aspire to a higher level of emotional connection, respect, and equality in their relationships. The portrayal of romance and the importance of self-worth in modern media often pushes women to expect more from their partners. And that's not a bad thing. These societal norms reflect a shift toward healthier, more equal relationships where both partners have a say in the dynamics of the relationship. For instance, in a culture that celebrates women's empowerment and independence, many women now look for partners who understand and support their goals, who are willing to treat them as equals. This shift in mindset has resulted in higher standards, which help women ensure that their partners are aligned with their personal values and ambitions. Number 3. Psychological need for safety and security. Another key aspect of women's high standards is their psychological need for safety and security. These needs go beyond financial stability. They include emotional safety, trust, and mutual respect. Women, like all people, seek relationships where they feel safe to express themselves without judgment, criticism, or fear of emotional harm. When women set high standards for trustworthiness, honesty, and emotional support, they are essentially guarding themselves against potential harm. They want to ensure that they're with someone who will not only be loyal, but will also provide a safe space for open communication, vulnerability, and growth. High standards in this regard are not about being picky or demanding. They're about wanting to feel secure and supported in a relationship. Number 4, self-worth and personal growth. The psychology behind women's high standards is also tied to their sense of self-worth and personal growth. In modern society, many women are encouraged to focus on personal development, education, career growth, and overall self-improvement. With this emphasis on self-worth, many women begin to value themselves highly and seek partners who mirror that value. When a woman has invested time and energy into becoming the best version of herself, it makes sense that she would seek out a partner who shares similar values and is committed to his own growth. High standards can thus be a reflection of how much a woman values herself and her growth journey. If a woman has worked hard to build her confidence, she's less likely to settle for someone who doesn't match her level of ambition or emotional maturity. She's looking for someone who compliments her and challenges her to continue growing, rather than holding her back. Number 5. Past experiences and learned behavior. Finally, past experiences play a significant role in shaping a woman's standards in relationships. If a woman has experienced a toxic relationship or gone through heartbreak, she may develop higher standards as a protective mechanism. Her past experiences might have taught her to be more cautious, to look for red flags, and to set clear boundaries. Women who have learned from past mistakes are likely to be more discerning in their future relationships. While some might view this as baggage, it's actually a sign of growth and self-awareness. These high standards are not about being overly cautious or distrustful. They're about wanting to avoid repeating painful patterns from the past and finding someone who can offer the love, respect, and care they deserve. So, what does having high standards really mean for a relationship? Far from being an obstacle to love, high standards can actually be a huge benefit. Here's how. First, respect and equality. Women with high standards are likely to expect respect, honesty, and equality in a relationship. This creates a healthy, balanced dynamic where both partners feel valued and heard. Second, personal growth. High standards challenge both partners to grow, both individually and as a couple. A relationship where both partners are committed to personal development is more likely to be fulfilling in the long run. Third, security and trust. When a woman has high standards for trustworthiness, it helps build a foundation of emotional security. This creates an environment where both partners feel safe to be vulnerable and open with each other. And last, long-term compatibility. High standards help women select partners who share their values, goals, and lifestyle preferences. This ensures that both partners are aligned and have a better chance of building a lasting, meaningful connection. So the psychology behind women's high standards is rooted in deep-seated biological, psychological, and societal factors. These standards are not about being overly demanding or unrealistic. They're about ensuring that a partner is emotionally available, trustworthy, supportive, and capable of growing with her. If you're someone who's wondering how to navigate these high standards, remember that they're an opportunity to improve your relationships, not just a hurdle to jump over. Understanding the psychology behind these expectations can lead to more fulfilling and balanced connections. Well, there you have it. If you found this video insightful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more relationship tips. Don't forget to check out our other videos on the screen now. You won't want to miss them.